This here is something somebody wanted to send me as a surprise. That somebody goes by the username Chulwid. I asked him how to pronounce it, and pretty much he was saying, well, I never really intended anyone to pronounce it. So, yeah. This was supposed to be a massive surprise for me. It was supposed, but the person didn't know my business address, and the reason for this is they didn't have one. I actually set up a business address precisely for this reason. It's a bomb. Well, it might be. If all of a sudden everything goes dark, that might be the last thing you ever see of me. And they were trying to get in touch with me to send, or get my address to send this as a surprise. I actually know what it is. They had to tell me what it is. Well, they didn't have to, but they decided to. They told me what it is, and I just thought to myself, I am going to unbox it here for you guys. Now I've covered his address up so you can't see his address, hopefully, and I'm just going to slice and dice this, preferably without cutting my own fingers. Now, I've actually had to wait for a couple of weeks because the camera's not been available. I gotta be the only YouTuber, probably the only person who really doesn't have a decent camera set up for anything. Probably. Okie dokie. I know you're not actually seeing an awful lot here, but there you go, you can see my desk. It's a nice desk. It's actually not that nice. It's an IKEA desk. It does the job. Yay! Something has opened. Okay, we have padding. We have padding. It's always good. Padding is always good. I always keep this. You see? You see? You see? We see? You know, trying to do this with reverse camera is not easy. More padding. Oh, it's upside down. With more padding. Box. No longer needed. Anything else in the box? No, more padding. There is more padding. Proof. More padding. And it didn't explode. Well, so far. It didn't explode so far. Red shirt. Oh my god. Seriously. We're unboxing a device and you're all wondering what sort of shirt I'm wearing. Yes, I'm wearing a red shirt. It's reddish. It's a type of red. How old is Gopher? Very old. More padding. And... ta-da! Oh. Ta-da! It's a Thrustmaster tactical board. Forgot what the word was. I was going to say bird. Right, so there you go. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the man paid for this because he had to buy it special. It's unused, but he had to buy it special because you can't get these anymore. You cannot get these anymore. But he spent a huge amount of money, more than he should have. But thank you for doing so. Thank you for doing so. For those of you that don't know, here is my existing one. I can't drag it too far over. It's falling apart. The bottom piece here is really just completely ragged. The keys are. I'm see if I can. I can't actually do this and keep it. Yeah, if you look at the thumb pieces here, you can actually see I've worn the thing down to the blue plastic underneath, and all of these numbers are completely faded off. One or two of the keys don't work. They're all disgustingly dirty, and it's falling apart. It's essentially falling apart. The foam rest is missing. This one is, oh my god, it is. It's pristine. Oh wow, and it. Let me get it. It feels heavier. It's probably because the wires. No, it's the foam which has unstuck itself. Now this is one of the flaws. This is one of the flaws with this thing. I did find this. It was flawed. There you go. Now, the reason I like this is because it's. Let me see if I can give you a comparison with a keyboard. If you actually look at the keyboard keys, if you put your fingers on, like basically, yeah, you're giving the middle finger. Here, the keys are much larger. They're spaced much further apart. So, and I can relax all the fingers in my hand. Whereas here, I have to get my fingers really cramped together to get them on the WASD, and then it's oh god, it's awful. And because I do suffer from a well, not arthritis, but I've damaged my fingers. I can crack my fingers quite badly. I get cramp in my hands if I use the keyboard for any amount of time. Give me a second. I even have special gloves designed for old people. Yes, I am actually old. Like this, where if it's really cold, this is a sort of material that keeps your hand warm. Now, I actually generally don't need to use them. It's only if it's really cold in the room and I need to sit for 3 or 4 hours typing, because I lose all the heat. This keyboard is so much better for me because it just fits. The keys are about twice the size of a normal keyboard, and they fit perfectly with a relaxed, flat hand. The thumb here can be adjusted depending on the size of your hand. It can be rotated. So I can press, that's the space key. These are the number keys around the outside. Function keys. There is a wheel here, although I never managed to get it using without drivers. And there is this. These actually represent a lot of the keys that are on the normal keyboard. But as you can see, it can tilt, so it faces me. And that makes it a lot easier to just quickly tap. This means whenever I'm playing, I'm not moving my hand up and down a keyboard to press things, and I'm not doing this to the camera the entire time. I'm basically doing like this the entire time. So it's a nice, relaxing position to hold my hand. I absolutely adore these, and they never did well. They totally failed, totally bombed. And so they stopped making them. And of course, mine has been falling apart for years. I mean, it really is. This thing's all shiny and nice. This thing's just horrible. It really is. I mean, the keys here, you probably can't even see it, but you can't even read what's on these keys anymore. I've worn them out. This one's going blue. These are definitely going blue. Oh, you can't see that one. I've secured the camera, so I can't move the camera much. You can see this blue. This is the activate key. I normally use this for activate. This is jump. You can tell, which keys get pressed an awful lot by how much they have been worn away. As I said, 2 of the keys don't work anymore. They just do not work, which is a pain in the backside. And they also get stuck. The keys get stuck sometime, which is horrible. I've been using it since 1998. So if you think about it, it's lasted for 18 years. Apart from the foam thing, which still isn't working, I'm going to buy some super glue and super glue these on. Mind you, I suppose they were glued on, and this is probably a 20-year-old product. 20 years. But it's absolutely brilliant for me. I love this. This is what I do most of my gaming with. And yeah, I mean, as someone said, job well done. 18 years I've had that keyboard. 18 years. And this is why I have a lot of problems if I get games that won't let me rebind keys. If they won't let me rebind keys and they force me to try and use a keyboard and I have to have my fingers all cramped together, it's nightmarish for me if I play for very long at all. So this was an exceptionally nice gift. Thank you very much. Thank you, Trilwin. Thank you very, very much indeed. I really appreciate this, and you shouldn't have. You spent way too much money on this, really. But of course, it's just impossible to find anymore. But I will use it to death. I may need a new one come 2030 something at this rate, because the other one has lasted a long time. So if this one lasts as long, I am going to get a lot of gaming out of this. Yeah, and don't worry if you're really sort of got small hands, you can adjust it. You can change everything so that it fits where you want. You don't have to have it all spread out. This I love these things. I can't believe they didn't do well at all. So there you go. That I will be wiring up sometime tomorrow probably. I've got to go under the desk and unwire the existing one. And they have other keyboards like that. It looks brilliant. No, that's the thing. Whenever you find one-handed keyboards now, they still look like the keys on your keyboard. They still look like these keys, these size keys. They're all these size keys. The beauty of this thing is not necessarily the placement, although that is part of the beauty of it. It's the size. You just rest your hand on it, nice and relaxed, and all the fingers completely relaxed. The only time I have to move a finger is if I'm going to go back. That's literally it. And you can see how relaxed my hand is behaving. The thumb can do a lot of different movements without the fingers moving. And, you know, changing like weapons and things with numbers. The only thing that's missing is a 0 key. You've got 1 to 9. You don't have a 0 key. That's the only thing that's really missing. You've got function keys, although they toggle. So at least the F5 and the F6 do. So, but yeah, there you go. The Thrustmaster Tactical Board. I like how Gopher's advertising a product that isn't on sale anymore. Yeah, you can't accuse me of being a sellout. If Thrustmaster want to send me some money for presenting a product and then invent a time machine to take it back and promote it, they're more than welcome. So there you go. Go for the Thrustmaster. You guys are just infantile. Do you know that? You do know that, right?